Yes, good morning. Welcome to the 10th episode of our Knowledge Fishing online talk show. My name is Manit, and I will be your moderator today throughout today's session. As in previous episode, Knowledge Fishing is an online pursuit talk show platform where knowledge can be shared between youth and professionals from different countries. For today's topic, we are focusing on startup and whether startup is the ideal for young people. In fact, startups are the center of innovation. For many people, the idea of starting a business and startup has increased and indeed crossed their mind at some point in life, but some people are not certain of where to start at first or select one to focus on and how to find the right business idea when starting a business. So for now, please stay tuned until the end to gain some knowledge, understanding the good signs, the challenges, the opportunities so far, and how to start something for your own experience that our guest speaker have been through. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker today, who are going to talk and share between us about the things to know before starting a startup. So today we have two beautiful ladies, again, our distinguished speakers from two different countries, Ms. Sai Silapasamai, who is a co-founder of AOC, House of Croissants from Thailand, and Ms. June Bo is a CEO at C'est La Vie Cosmetic and Fashion in Cambodia. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are so delighted for you guys to be here and joining us, and we truly appreciate for your support for such a wonderful contribution. And welcome, and how you guys doing today?
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. So, yes, so energetic of you guys. So without any further delay, let me get started. So first, allow me to begin by asking you guys, what are essential skills that and what kind of mindset that young people should have before starting a startup? Any of you would start first, Miss Sai and Miss June. Thank you.
So for me, I think it's really important to set a goal or a target, because the clearer your goal or your target is, it's easier for you to reach that goal. And you also have to keep on learning and to be creative, because our world is evolving all the time, right? And people keep on changing, so there are going to be new competitors coming in. So I think it's really important that we come up with new products and new strategies to deal with the problems.
I think for me, I think it's very important before beginning a startup to know the right audience that you are reaching out to, a very specific audience, and follow up with their needs and whether they are engaging with what you are providing. And building onto that is your startup should be providing value to these people instead of having the mindset of I want to somehow engage these people to buy from me or want to be involved with me. Think of how are you making their lives better, and then people will be interested on their own. And I think it's very important for a startup before you begin and during your startup process to always keep track of whether your business model and strategy is sustainable. You cannot give value and run a very successful business for 6 months, and after that you burn out or you run out of money, that kind of thing, So you need to plan ahead to make sure that everything's going to be profitable and sustainable, even with your own energy. So don't do too much and not be able to handle or follow through with it.
That's quite good advice. Thank you so much. So it means that you have to do what you love and passionate about what you are doing and focus on more for the challenges and the decision making in life before starting a startup. So moving to the next question. What are some of the difficulty and challenges that we young startup can face or them to encounter? Thank you.
There are a few different ones. So I would start with failure. This one is really common, especially like for me, I bake croissants, right? And sometimes the ingredients are wrong, and yeah, things become messy, and you just have to deal with it. And also like the complaints from the customers, there are actually a situation where we have an almond croissant. We usually put in the fillings, but then that day sometimes it's kind of a human error that we didn't put in the filling, and the customer found out, and he was really mad about it. And yeah, all we have to do is kind of be persistent. And personally, I don't argue back, or I don't find more reasons. I just apologize and listen to him spill out all the madness.
Yeah, I think what you say is so right. You're going to deal with so many different types of people. When you bake for your own family, it's like everyone will give you feedback in a very gentle way, but some customers, they will be very upset. And so I think it's important to learn to de-escalate the situation from someone who's very upset. Instead of being upset and pushing them away, you need to de-escalate, calm them down, and see how you can continue to have their business.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, if not, you're gonna lose customers left and right because everybody makes mistakes. Yeah. I think for me is competition. There's a lot of young entrepreneurs out there and businesses out there. There are startups also, and then there are a lot of big businesses. So we're kind of in my field is in cosmetics and fashion. So online or offline, we have a lot of competitors out there. So with this, it's very important to understand your market and see how you are different from them. Because if you're going to be just the same as everyone else, that means that you're going to also share the market with them. And your customers might go back and forth. So you need to figure out a way to provide an edge. So it's either better service, better pricing to retain those customers. And go ahead.
You deal with the customers a lot online, right? Or offline as well?
So we have 3 offline locations, and then we have online. But I think I would say like online is definitely very challenging. Yeah. So like I like what Sai said about keeping track about the trend. We need to keep track of the trend, but also keep track of what your competitor are doing.
Yes, true.
Yeah, so you don't fall behind. Yeah.
That's right. So you are talking about if you have time to be different from other, you will get the like the profit from that different from other. And so in your experience, that how can you bring the consumer a unique products and service?
To bring a customer a unique product.
Yes.
Personally, I think it's what you like to do, and you can display that well. For me, we are doing croissants, and I think we are like, because my mother, she really interested in baking and making breads and croissants, so she was able to come up with many new ideas. Although, yeah. So I think that's the hardest part for the competitors to, like to take it away from her. Although they can copy a lot of the way the croissants look, they might be able to copy the taste, but because she is always bringing up new products, it's very difficult.
Yeah. Quality is very important because I think people are willing to spend money, but retaining your quality every time is what builds trust among your customer. And about uniqueness on service, I think you have to research and immerse yourself into your market. For example, like cosmetic, I have to go to my competitor's shop. I have to talk to them. I need to do research on their shop. And see, like, as a customer, what are they lacking? And if I have these experiences, that means that other people are also having this difficulty. So I try to innovate my startup in a way that can meet these needs.
Thank you. So by talking about your experience, so I would like to know what is the reason or the purpose at the first time that you lead you to deciding to start your business, and what do you find most challenging when starting your business?
I really love cosmetics. Like if you ever talk to me, you know that I can talk to you about like this one product for like an hour and tell you how good it is and how much it makes you happier. So it is a passion of mine, and I see that when I was younger, there was nobody to teach me these things. And so sometimes I have customers who come in and they're older, and then I explain to them how skincare works, and they're like, ah, I wish I had someone like you to tell me that when I was young. So yeah, that for me is being able to share with others and get them excited about what I love. And Sai, would you like to continue before we talk about challenges?
For my own business, we started because my parents, they used to own a supermarket and used to gain a lot of foreigner customers. But since the pandemic, yeah, we lose a lot of foreigners and we lose a lot of profit too. We didn't get much income, so yeah, we think we have to change the strategy. So we think we need to come up with something new. So that's why we decided to go with croissants. It's quite a trend now too, the cafe.
And your mom also has specialty in croissant, right?
She just like baking, so
yes. And I think another thing for me is see in Cambodia there's a lot of cosmetic in the market, but they are not quality cosmetic, or they are misleading, where people would sell this cosmetic but they're not exactly sure how it works or how it treats certain skin concerns. So for me, I love science, and I teach my beauty advisor to recommend the right product and really understand why this product works for that problem. So for example, if you have hyperpigmentation spot on your face, you need to understand why did that form and what this product has, how it interact with your skin to get rid of this problem. So I think I can teach the people and also provide products that are safe for them, that cost like the same.
That's pretty deep.
Yeah, that costs the same, because I see a lot of like dangerous product on the market. Yeah, I think a challenge for me is I'm still quite young. I have some work experience, but I don't have a lot of. This is my first time running a business, and so there's going to be some things that I just don't foresee. And then when it happened, I'm not sure how to handle it correctly. So it takes me a couple tries before I can actually solve the problem. So sometimes I feel lost and discouraged, but I think that's when you really need to remind yourself and wake yourself up and get back on track. So yeah, to always like stay positive, because it is a difficult road to walk, and it's very nice to have supporters and advisor to go to when you need help.
Yes, of course. So like you have already mentioned about your business and how to promote it and the competition, but we really would like to know in detail that how do you promote your business and in any kind of occasion, and what is the competition that you think that you face? Like,
Personally, I use Facebook advertisement a lot because our target group, target customers, elders, women around like maybe 30 to 60 who will come to my town and brought back the snacks back to Bangkok. Or forgot to mention, my place is like 2 hours away from Bangkok. So when people come, they might look for the souvenirs. And yeah, a lot of people actually come from the Facebook advertisement as well. And when they kind of try our croissants and they liked it, we got a lot of return customers. And the challenges, I guess sometimes Facebook was trying to hide our page, like if we didn't pay for the advertisement. I don't know if have you had problems like that?
Everyone.
Quiet.
Yes.
And so what about you?
It's the same thing. So we have offline location, but we also have we promote mostly on Instagram because products tend to be higher end, and then we also promote on Facebook. But it's the same thing when you're running ads. Your ad is blocked, your page is blocked, is restricted, and then it's hard to keep going on a roll. So it's just something that you have to be patient with. I have to figure out how to solve this problem and fix it. And competition for me is, I would say, because I sell a multi-brand product, because I sell multi-brand product, it means that these are international brands that are also that people can buy retail when they travel, or they can purchase from other retailer in Cambodia. Who, let's say, for example, I have physical shop, therefore my operating cost is higher. So, and provide better service, more training. So the beauty advisor we have are quality people. That means that to provide this service, it costs more. Therefore, our products are higher price than, let's say, another retailer that just has a product and they don't know how it works or how it's going to help you, but they just have it in stock and they sell it for a cheaper price and they don't have a shop or anything. So for my business specifically is we struggle with price war because like customers
The mic.
Hi, can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, okay.
Yes. For me, it's price war because we have, but then because they cannot afford it, they find somewhere else that has product for cheaper. There. But what I try to explain is that, for example, you go to supermarket to buy a product, you have to do your own research on the product. You have to about your own research. You have to understand what is happening with your skin. You don't know if the product is trustworthy or not. And you don't know on how exactly you should use the product. But with our consultation service and our authenticity guarantee.
Oh, I can't hear it.
some maybe some of like a connection.
Okay, so I thought it was mine. I was like,
No,
is it my
it's not good. No worry. During waiting for June, would you like to add more on this?
I don't really have about pricing. It's what June mentioned earlier about pricing. It's also quite difficult for me because of the war right now that is ongoing, and the ingredients, the prices are increasing, and it's quite difficult. We also have a bad side, that my shop is located far away from Bangkok. People start to compare. They're like, oh my God, it's so expensive comparing to Bangkok. It's like the same price. But because our ingredients are actually come from the same place and we actually get the same price. It's quite difficult.
And I think for any business, especially in retail, it's no longer fun when it's about pricing, because then the customer focus on just getting something cheap, but they lose the understanding of the other value that you provide. So for example, like I said just now, instead of doing all these things on your own, and maybe you spend $10 on the first product, it didn't work. Another product you try again, $20, another one, $30, and you go like this, whereas you can spend like $14 at my shop and have it work for you. So it actually saves you money and more value. It's just not monetary value, but if you were to use money to buy that, you cannot just buy that. Yeah, so I think it's very important too for startup to be clear on what is the value you provide and communicate it well to your customer, because sometimes they don't understand. Yeah. And sorry, my internet connection was a bit unstable.
It's okay.
Yes. So are you talking about that? It's also the challenges between communicate with the customer.
Yes, it's communicating with customer is very important, because especially if you are a startup that provides something unique, it tends to be a novel idea that people don't think of. So branding and making them understand how you are different and value it the same way that you do, that's how you get them to come back.
I see. So moving to this, like how do you think, what do you think, how will the startup or business will be in the future? Like will be it more improvement more than nowadays?
Yes, I think it will be more improvement and will be better nowadays. And because a lot of people have different perspectives, and I think they can come up with new ideas that it might be able to match our lifestyle more. Like a few startups that I use like quite often through my applications or to the platform that we are using. So it's gonna keep on growing.
I think now there's a lot of user-friendly technology out there that allow people to have resources and the platform. So before you have to open up a shop to reach your customer, but now it's like consumer don't mind, they can just buy from you online without, they don't even know who you are. They can purchase from you. You reduce the cost of starting up, and then let's say before you can't really do graphic design or video or anything, but now there's like apps that help you like edit a video so easily, and like Canva is a great tool for graphic design that's super easy for someone with no background at all. You can just spend like 2 days on it and you'll figure out how to use it. And that are great resources for startups. So look into those resources, and think that the important thing is your drive and your passion. If you have a drive and passion, you will find a way to do it. And now it's a lot easier to start than before.
But easier to start, and also is more competitors as well, because everyone are planning to start too. So yeah, just keep on doing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like you have to have starting is easy.
Yeah, but keep doing it.
Keep doing it even when you're struggling, especially during COVID, or like now in Cambodia is rainy season. It's so people don't want to spend, people don't go out, so a lot of industry just go down, and so you have to be able to stay positive throughout that, and understand why your sales drop, and find out what are some way you can help it a little bit. Yeah, and just like be accepting that, oh, it's rainy season, so that's why a lot of people don't go to party or whatever, they use less cosmetic. But if you don't understand, you will just wonder, why am I doing so bad?
Oh, well, it's actually not about this, but like, do you get a lot of effect from the pandemic? Because you are selling the cosmetics, right? And the people that are going out, we wear masks. So for me, I don't really put on cosmetics as well nowadays.
Yeah, so during the pandemic, we still did good on skincare because a lot of people are at home, they have nothing to do, so they just do skincare, and then you wear a mask, and there's like starting to have skin problem from the mask, but like makeup is like silent, so silent, because people go wear makeup when they go to the office, they go to party or wedding, and at that time everything was just canceled. Yeah. And then Zoom, you can have Zoom do your makeup for you too. Yeah.
Others.
Any theater. Yes. Thank you so much. So you are talking about Canva. So do you think that online or digital marketing plays an important role in this?
In this setup, yeah, definitely online is really, because I actually did some research yesterday, and we found out that Thailand, we ranked as the 5th for internet users, and we ranked it at 2nd for mobile phone users. So by using online platform and online marketing, I think we can reach wider range of audience, whether it's gonna be like others or younger kids. We can reach out to everyone, and because everyone have the access to it.
Yeah, definitely is very important, because with digital marketing it's a little bit different, because when you market on a billboard, you are reaching the people in your area, or you are reaching by word of mouth. But digital marketing, you actually are able to build a connection. For example, three of us are like strangers, right? But just from talking this one time, build a bond, and then I'm able to instantly reach you. And let's say you have friends in Cambodia, now you hear about my business, you're going to reach out to your existing network. So instead of me just being in my own pool, I just like build a little highway to another city and just reach that new connection. Is amazing. And everybody is doing the digital marketing now. So if that's one of the things that you have to do to keep up.
Yes, absolutely agree.
Yeah, another thing is convenient. I go to some shops and businesses that I still love, and they don't have like a Facebook page or Instagram, or they don't have delivery service. And I'm just thinking, I want to come to your shop, but you're making it really hard for me to come to your shop when I can just like order from Starbucks. So don't make it hard for people, make it easier for them to support you.
You're right. So Do you happen to know any kind of video or books recommendation for to the young startup?
I have one book. It's called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it, but it's really like show me like the side that I haven't seen.
Effective.
Yeah, and also like giving me some tips on how to live a life. So it doesn't have to be a startup. It can just be everyone to read it.
For me, I like novelty and innovation. So I would recommend this book, Steve Jobs. Yeah, Steve Jobs, because I think number one, he is very innovative. He started a business that was dying. He worked on it. Back then, Nokia was like everybody had a Nokia, but he was able to build a business so successful and so new that it just took over the whole world. So I think what he offer is you really have to break out of your box and be bold. And I think for a lot of business and startup, you need to have a role model and a business model that you follow and you dream to be that person. So I think he is a really good place to look. And he teach you not to copy other people. Instead of following and copying people, is bring in your original idea and be brave to show that this is you.
Be unique.
Be brave and don't be afraid to stand out.
Okay, all right. So right now, do you think that it is the favorable condition or good time for young startup to start their business? Like we just in the ongoing COVID-19 still ongoing out there, and what makes them to have a good business idea during this time?
Can you repeat one more
Yeah,
time?
can you repeat? It was choppy.
I didn't catch everything.
Oh, okay. So my question is here, like, do you think that it is now a favorable condition or good time for young people and young startup to start their business? Since during now is the COVID-19 is still ongoing out there, and what makes them to have a good idea of starting a startup even during this tough time? Can you hear it clear now? Thank you.
It might be difficult for some offline businesses if you would want to start now, because we might not be able to travel, because now Thailand is becoming more restricted again because the number of COVID patients are rising. So yeah, but anyways, like it shouldn't be. We should be able to start our business in every circumstances. Although it's a pandemic right now, I think
Yes.
you should like go to your goal and then follow your path.
I think it is highly risky to if you have no experience and it's your first time to start now. But if you feel very passionate to do it, then please do your research on what industry is growing during COVID and what is not. For example, like if you're going to be like you're going to start up something related to traveling, that is not going to work now. But if you're going to be a digital marketer, then that is something that is growing. So make sure that your industry is not dying right now and going into a dying industry. Yeah. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tougher than starting during a normal time because people are afraid to spend right now, and a lot of rising costs, like shipping is expensive, raw material is expensive, but the consumer expect the price of product to be the same. So yeah, that is tough right now. You gotta cut margin. But I like what Sai said is if you feel very passionate about it, try it out. At least when you're trying, you are developing other skills. So like if you're going to start your Facebook page or Instagram page, then you can try and start using Canva. And during that time, instead of starting after COVID, during this year, you can develop your design skills, your management skill, learn how to use the platform. So it's good to start now, but maybe start small and don't overdo it.
I agree. Canva is really easy to use. For me, I also use it to make menus for my food and for my drinks.
Yeah, yeah. YouTube, there's so many resources out there now. You don't even have to pay for it. Yeah.
Yes, that's have a lot. So for this recap for the answer, it's like just don't get up for the things that you have never tried. Just don't put over the limit during this tough time, and just find the right direction for yourself. So moving to this question, like we would like to know for young startup, what is the good sign for them or opportunities, especially for the economic condition or the occasion condition for them to start their business, or just like they can't start every time or every any idea that pop up to them, they can work or start it.
I think it's important to take actions because we just keep on imagining and like it just going to be running around in our head. So we just have to start doing, and there will be problems popping up. Then you just fix it. Then you just solving each problems, and in the end, you will see the bigger picture. But if you don't start doing, then you wouldn't know whether there are like problems hidden underneath or yeah. So it's important to take an action.
I think it's very important to be honest with yourself about why you want to have a startup. Maybe you want a lifestyle where you are your own boss. Maybe you want to create side income for yourself. Maybe it's something you're passionate about. So know your angle, and when you're going into the startup, keep those goals in mind, like write it on paper and just stick it somewhere so that when it's too tough time, you don't give up on it easily because these are the dreams that you want. It's not going to be fun all the time. A lot of time it's very stressful. And yeah, it's important to give value. Like if you want to make money, you can, but you can make money, but you also have to give value to people. If you're out there just to like you want people to give you money instead of you giving them something good in return that is worth their money, people will know and they are less interested. So I think a good idea to figure out if your startup will work during pandemic or during any time is look around you and in your own life, see if there's something missing, there's a need, a demand for something that is not being filled, then you have an opportunity right there to create something out of that problem. So if you can solve that problem, I'm sure a lot of people in your city, in your country is also facing the same problem. Yeah.
That's all we moving talking about the business or the mindset startup that young people should have, young startup should have. So to sum up, what kind or could you please tell us about the sign of the business that fell to their startup? Any of experience that you have been through?
The expenses are more than the income. So we couldn't run any more business because we don't have money. We ran out of the capital. And the other one is like when you give up on yourself. So I think when you give up on yourself, then everyone else around you also giving up on you too. So I think it's really important to be positive and believe in yourself that you are able to do it. Unlock your potentials and see what you can do. Really.
Right.
I think this has a lot to do with digital marketing, but if your business has low conversion rate, which means that people are engaging and interacting with your page, but they are not buying from you. That means that you might not be reaching the right people, or there's something wrong with your pricing or your products. So for that, you have to reevaluate and switch up your angle. And I think it's very important to keep track of your sales number and ask yourself like every week, okay, what did I do this week that brought up the sale? What did I do this week that make it drop down, like the sale drop? So evaluate. Just like when you're sick, you have to take a thermometer and check all the time. You have to keep checking yourself and to see that, okay, I run this marketing promotion, buy one, get one free, but nobody buy it or very few people buy it. That means that, okay, you need to change this. It's not working instead of wasting time on it.
So this also can happen some challenges or fail experience that you have been through for your business also, right? So yes, the time is passing too quickly. So moving to the last question that we also would like to hear from our guest speaker. What are some of the best pieces of advice or tips or any key message that you would like to share to our audience or to the super young startup?
You are the cause of everything. Everything starts from you. You can be the change. Or it's not just about the business, it's also your relationship, your success, it all come from you. Just believe in yourself and take action. Start doing it.
She is so right. Is what I say is you are the cause of everything. So be honest. Be honest with yourself when you are wrong, and then be honest with yourself when you are doing something that is not right. And so when you're able to be your true self and be happy, then and provide value, that's when you enjoy your job. That is part of being sustainable, and part of taking care of your business is taking care of yourself, because you are the leader there. So if you are not feeling good about the business or about yourself, it will also affect your work.
You shouldn't be blaming yourself if something goes wrong, because it's going to be something going wrong in your business. Yeah, you just have to find a solution. It might take time. Okay, just keep on going on your own pace.
I think having a growth mindset is very important, because out of like the 100 things you do, maybe like only 10-20% of it is actually going to work really well, and like maybe half is not going to work. So having a growth mindset is like when you fail, don't blame yourself and don't feel bad, but take it as an opportunity to understand why, and then fail fast and then get up fast.
Great piece of advice for me too.
Yeah, keep growing. It's all about growing, doing better month by month. Yeah.
That's yeah.
And have advisor. Seriously, ask for help. If you're having a problem and then you don't know how to deal with it or solve it, you can do your own research, or just talk to someone more experienced, and don't pretend like you know what you're doing and like I'm okay. When you know that you're not, then ask for help. Yeah. That's all
yes.
from me.
Yes, that's interesting and a piece and a lovely and sweet piece of advice from our guest speaker. So, well, our beloved audience, you have got such a fruitful advice and stretching and all of the guidance from our guest speaker. So, okay, Miss Sai and June, do you have anything to add on?
I guess I have already said everything, so no more.
Hi, what is your bakery called? I would love to visit when I'm in Thailand.
Oh, please come.
Yes.
What is it
House of
called?
Croissants. So
Yeah.
it's my town is in Hua Hin. It's 2 hours away from Bangkok. So yeah, if
Okay.
you drop by, please drop me a message or just pop by to say hi.
Okay. I think Mom and Dad need to help me add you so I can come and try your passionate croissants.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
It's nice talking to you all today.
And thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for
Inviting.
giving us the chance to share.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Sure, I will tell. No, I already told you about the Miss Sai Instagram. We only have connection on that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you too for being with us. And we truly appreciate to you to touch and to provide us with this such valuable information and advice for this matter. So, and all thanks to your enlightening words, insightful speech that inspires so many people and young startup out there. And we know that your time is precious, and we are so grateful and that you share some of it with us. And we look forward to your participation on our future events and more of our program talk show. And you are always welcome, and we wish you all the best and bright with your business. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great time. Goodbye.
Bye.